Hi, everybody. I'm doing a 60-minute session for a client. I want to thank you, the client, so much for the opportunity today to connect with you. And thank you so much for sharing openly here on YouTube. We're going to learn a lot. We're going to receive a lot. We're all going to grow today. All right, I'm going to read your goals out loud and get started. And I want to thank you for your kind words here at the beginning. You say, "Hello, Abbey. I'm really grateful for everything that you're doing for people. I welcome your healing energy with open arms and with warmth. Thank you so much." Your goals are to work on chakras with focus on root, sacral, and solar plexus. In addition, self-worth, self-confidence, to believe in your dreams and desires. I want to align with my higher self and walk this life fully and confidently. Self-worth, self-confidence, believe in my dreams and desires. I want to align with my higher self and walk this life fully and confidently, focusing on root, sacral, and solar plexus chakras. Okay. You ready? All right. Relax and get tuned in, and let's see what comes forward. So I'm going to you, and I'm having a conversation with your energy field. It's all very silent right now. And what I find is there's an energy field. There always is. We have an energy field, each and every one of us. And it's kind of fun to see what it looks like. Yours is an oval shape. They're often oval shaped. It's got a kind of a golden yellowish color to it. Seems kind of hard on the outside, but it's got like the sound of plastic. It's really expanded outward, like several feet in front, above and all around. So it's not like snug around you. I do find that this energy field, though, it's not like, I want to just go straight to your root or go straight to your sacral chakra and just see what's in there, right? But this energy field of yours is saying, I need to talk first. I need to socialize or communicate something first before we can do that. So I'm just chilling right now. Because you're a little bit nervous, a little bit shy. I actually say, wow, I'm really glad that you're opening up to doing this session with me and with others here on YouTube, because you really have this energetic little bit of shyness about sharing, actually. So that's overcoming something of yourself. And that deserves a high five right there. Okay, what are you nervous about? Are you afraid I'm going to think something about you? You ask if there's a specific way that maybe we could explore some energy imbalances that would be on the gentler side. And I say, okay. I mean, you're straight up asking this of me. So if you're asking this of me, I have to receive that as this is your comfort zone right now. So let's just work with your comfort zone. I mean, you're the one that wants to heal. And I want to be as supportive of that process as it can be. Okay. You're quickly like, okay, thank you. And there's a strange scent that like hits my nostrils. And there's a lot of actually hair that goes up into my nose. And it's like, and then I breathe in all this hair, and it's like in my, behind my eyeballs and in my brain. I'm like, oh my gosh, that was unexpected. Okay, and this is actually harming my nose and my, just going up into my head a bit. And there's a really beautiful, actually bluish, kind of diamondy looking color that's appearing here, okay? Right through just above the eyebrows and then down through the nose, okay? And I say everything's too snug, too tight here. I feel like my face is smushed against a wall and I'm trying to understand what this means. So I'm going to have to see the bigger picture. You're really nervous about this. I say, hey, it's no big deal. Let's just dive in. If you're going to stay nervous, the only way to break that nervousness down is to just be completely and utterly exposed. And it's a safe environment. I'm gonna have to really do some sneaky things here, because as I move back, you're creating like an energetic sac around me that you don't want me to see too much. And the sac is it's kind of a fun squish material, and it's white, and it could be very thin, but it seems to be kind of liquidy, but still kind of squishable, like maybe a type of slime, modern day slime. I'm going to go into your root chakra now. So I see when we're talking about confidence, and you, my friend, have got to own every decision that you make, every path that you've taken, every step in that path, and be proud of those choices, because those choices are part of your life lessons. Imagine that you're in the school of life, right? But it's not, you could see it as a school building with desks, and you're sitting down and there's a teacher, and the teacher is giving you these lessons. But now we transform this scene into everyday life, and it seems as though there's no teacher but yourself, and you're the one that's putting yourself into the different pickles. And maybe those pickles aren't necessarily maybe something to be proud of, but it is something to be proud of, because it's who you are. And it's what you've learned, that now as a learner of life, you become a teacher. And as you go through these life lessons and you learn what you need to learn about what challenges you the most about them, how it makes you feel about yourself emotionally, mentally, physically, and even spiritually, right? You're the one that's learning this, and there's nobody guiding you but yourself, and then the invisible people, right? But you can be very proud of every choice that you've ever made, because it is who you are. And now through those choices and through how it's made you feel challenged and learning how to overcome challenge, we all are in the same bracket here. We're all going to be challenged and learn how to overcome the challenge, and even feel defeated at times. But that's what makes a really good story, right? And that's what makes a really awesome teacher, because the best teachers are the ones that have gone down the rabbit hole and somehow finagled their way through it, found a way out of the rabbit hole, and then became a representation of the conqueror, right? And to help others find their way through the rabbit hole and out to the next life lesson that's going to challenge you and break you and send you down the next rabbit hole. But this is what makes us amazing people, amazing souls, is when we get challenged and how we work through those challenges. It makes you who you are. And I feel that that's the self-worth and confidence message, because from the get-go, there's nervousness for you to be fully present with me, to be able to show me completely and utterly. There's fear, right? There's fear. There's then, because there's fear, there's an insecurity, right? That makes it hard for you to feel like you want to to just show off everything about yourself. So yeah, we're totally working on this right now. I need to really emphasize this from the get-go. It's okay to be proud of any and all decisions, even if other people might look down upon them. It doesn't matter, because this is what builds character. This is what builds who you are. You're the one following your heart into these experiences. You're the one becoming the master teacher through them. And that's something to be proud of, okay? If proud of yourself. Man, you've got, I'm trying to be in your root, and I'm going to say I'm in your root. Vibrationally, it doesn't want me to be too close. It doesn't want me to go too deep. So vibrationally, it echoes back, no, you're not quite there yet. You're not in my root. And I'm going to say, yes, I am. Because we have to start breaking down the discomfort of feeling a little too exposed, okay? Because it's safe, totally safe. The scene that comes to me is a house, and the house, it wants to have this like strong presentation, or it's a good house, but it seems very wobbly. It seems almost like it's made out of like Lincoln logs that weren't latched, maybe cylindrical pieces, and everything is could potentially collapse. So the house has a strength in how it presents itself, but actually isn't made to hold itself up very strong, could fall apart. And if I'm truly in the root, as I choose to say that I am, and this is the scene that says, no, you're not quite there, there's still resistance. This is the scene. This is all about being grounded. And what makes you the most vulnerable is how you feel proud of who you are. If you could show yourself as maybe your best face forward, but not proud of something, about who you are, is that what this is? What makes this so unstable? I'm still trying to figure this out. Yeah, I'm going to just have to say that you're not proud of yourself. I'm just going to say it straight up, because the only way that I can start interpreting is to start making some statements and see what the echoes are that comes back. Okay, so let's just say that, okay? Let's just say that for now. I'm telling you, you can own it, but if inside you don't want to hear the truth is you're not proud of yourself, so let's just go with the truth, okay? Let's just go, the truth is you yourself are not proud of yourself about something. Gosh, walls. You don't want to fall into that. You don't want to go there with that. Okay, I'm going to just set this aside, and we're going to just make that sound and that statement invisible for a moment. Okay, let me just go into the root. I'm in the root, and I'm going to make it completely dark, and then I'm going to slowly open it up to my visual experience. My guides say, stay here, but then project myself to the next chakra, your sacral chakra, okay? So I'm in your root. I'm choosing to experience that your root is all around me. I have no idea what it looks like in here yet, because it's so much resistance, so much avoidance. I'm going into something that feels mighty uncomfortable here, okay? So I'm going to go in then to the sacral chakra simultaneously. So there I am there, root chakra. Now I'm projecting another version of myself into your sacral. And I'm remembering that you asked if I could do this in a way that it would get the point across, but it would be somehow softer, more gently expressed. And I keep thinking of cartoons. Cartoons, like, I love cartoons because there's the ability for it to be extremely lighthearted, but to express really profound messages that people receive at all ages. And cartoons can impact every age. And it doesn't have to be too real, you know? But yet it is still able to make that strong impact. I haven't forgotten about the hair that went up my nose. I'm devising what this message is going to be because it's still very unclear to me. I say, let's just give in. Let's just give in. Let's go all the way here. I feel and experience the sensation of falling into love with one, and my eyes go deeply within their eyes, and it's a bonded connection between two souls. And I see there is a representation of like a divine feminine type goddess figure. But she is perfectly human, so she's not like on the pedestal of the gods and goddesses, but yet she does have the caliber to represent that because she's flawless. She's so beautiful. It's almost like her beauty is godly. It's like goddess level beauty. And she's human. And I see her representing a statue. Although I can feel her skin, I can see into her eyes, I can see that she has a heartbeat, she's alive, but she is very still, like a statue. She doesn't move. And when I look at her, I see images of a more animated woman, and I love her smile. She likes to, she's got a silly personality, and she carries a basket on her head, and it has different fruits in it. And I see that she likes to wiggle her butt, and then she likes to like smile and laugh, because I see that you're standing behind her and you're walking across a big ravine. Between two sides, there's this, it's like a rope bridge. It's very jungle-like place here. And she's wearing a cloth skirt and just a cloth kind of white loose type shirt. And she has black skin, and she's funny. And she's trying to get your attention, and you're flirtatious with one another. You're a little more subdued. You're a little bit more just smiling and really liking that about her personality. And suddenly I see, and I don't feel that, I feel that this sudden thing is more like, it's when you start to daydream and the daydream goes sour for some reason. Like everything is nice in my happy daydream, and now all of a sudden everybody's dying and screaming. Like, where did that come from? This is like my imagination is just going nuts. So this happy moment, we're walking across this bridge, and suddenly the bridge breaks, and I see her face, and she's screaming, and there's other people on the bridge, and everybody is falling into the depths of a cavern. And you're still standing here in the dark, and you're actually carrying this basket now in your head, and you feel kind of strange and confused, like, where was I? What was that? And now I see another female, and she's another appearance. The first female, it was almost like, I don't know how to describe her appearance. It was light tan skin. Her hair was extremely straight, and it had so many different hues of what is like a tannish brown with golden, different colors of golden. And her face was so perfectly symmetrical with large brown eyes, and she's just phenomenal beauty. And she had perfect skin. It seems to glisten in the sun. Now I see another woman, and she's a bit rounder in the belly, and I'm kind of confused by it because she represents the fruit in the basket that is placed upon the head. And I see that there is a sexual connection going on here, and something seems off about it, almost like her sexual body is way over inflated, like it's too big, and it's even like hard as a rock. And I keep seeing watermelons and fresh fruit are inside her sacral chakra, which you would think is actually a good representation of fruitfulness and bearing children. But I see this as not quite the right balance. There's something not right about it. And I see now the image of a man, and I see the man's body, okay? And it's the arrow is pointing at the woman, okay? And it says, I choose you. And the arrow becomes a finger, okay? We're talking about male genitalia here. And so the finger is pointing, okay? The finger is pointing. And this is starting to make my heart flutter, and I start to experience myself filling up with water, and the tears are coming out. And I start to see this perfect symmetrical face is more like not a goddess to be worshipped, but something almost like the face of a demon is on the other side. But you would never know that, because there is innocence here to how love can feel, and how love can be attractive, and how love can be shared. And I keep seeing a tarot card, and it actually is a demon card. It's not the devil or the tower or whatever, but it says actually, the card comes down and it's got a demon's face, and it says demon on it, okay? And it's black with red eyes, and much of the card is black, is in the dark, and I can see a body sort of in it, and it's more like a snake, like a cobra, but it also wants to have legs and arms, and it's very strong and muscular. It represents something that's very strong, and it has red eyes, and so this demon is strong, and it's threatening. And you're perplexed as to how to deal with this card, this tarot card. But it represents, this is what it represents with your sacral chakra. So what I do is I take these three women, okay, and I just place them, they're each three different women, and then I place them, okay, here's a goddess, she's like African woman, really nice personality, she's really cute and silly. And then there's this one with it's like her sexual body is like hard as a rock energetically, and is full of fruit, okay? And I can't really see her face. I just keep saying this about her. And then we're going to have the demon card on the table, and then we're going to look at these three women, and one is faceless. Oh, they say she's faceless because she is ugly. And I start to understand that her face is horrifying to look at. It is a human face, but it's almost like the lip is way oversized and drooping. One of her eyes is like puffed out of her head. She has like acne on her skin. Like her hair is, they're trying to emphasize a not attractive face. And it's her hair. I don't know what it is about her hair, but it's really kinky. And there's always grease, and it's almost like her hair drips with oil, like bacon. Like if you're cooking bacon on the pan, all that grease that builds up. Imagine her face is covered in this bacon grease and her hair, and it's dripping everywhere. And it's just a grossness, okay? There's a representation of gross. And you're forever sort of connected with this grossness. And so, and then the demon card. Okay, because I can't see that this intercourse scene ever stops, ever. And it's her on top of you, okay? And you can't ever get out from underneath this. And then I see this genuine love on the rope bridge. This is like genuine, adorable teenage teasing and flirtatiousness is actual something about genuine love. And this goddess level is like, it seems a little bit, I feel like it's lacking anything more than the appearance of a beautiful face. It's an allure. It's the worm on the hook. You want the worm, but now you're getting hooked. And this allure is the demon, okay? So I actually take the demon card and then I place it upon her, because she is the demon, okay? That's what I do. Vibrationally, that's what I do. We have a bunch of problems. This is called a bunch of problems. But we're looking at them, okay? We're actually looking at them and taking the time. And once we start to look at them, we start to work through We are working through this. And there's nothing here that isn't the beautiful lessons of life that we are challenged by, uniquely different, and some of us the same, right? Some of us fall into pockets of this type of challenge and others this type of challenge, and we're all working through this collectively. And I say, see, that wasn't so hard, was it? And your lips are sewn, and you're really tight, and you're like you shake your head. It's really twitchy. It's glitchy, like a creepy moment of a movie with a psycho dream. Like suddenly the face appears, and it's actually lips are sewn shut with like a black wire, and it's the face just gyrates back and forth really fast. Like no, we're not done yet. And it's just like instantaneously brief. Catches you off guard. So I say, okay. I say, before we go to the next step, I want you to acknowledge that we're making really good progress here, and I want to go back to the high five, because we're doing good work. This is really good work. You're not proud of yourself, so at least I can say that. And I'm bringing this soundless statement and bringing it back, and it belongs with the root chakra, that I'm not proud of myself. So how could you be grounded in yourself if you don't want to be yourself, right? So that's why we need to work on you. You can totally own and love yourself for who you are. Okay? It is safe to do that, because you don't want to be proud of yourself. You also do not want to be proud of yourself. So you're going to have to say, I do want to be proud of myself. I'm going to choose to be proud of myself just the way I am. For starters, we got to start somewhere. Otherwise, you're never going to get to the next step of this healing process. You have to start saying, I am proud of myself. Okay, now there's a hand, and you must have, maybe you like cartoons as well. Maybe you like, maybe you have a creative sense of humor that's also quite gentle, because the way that this is all communicating is much like speaking to an inner child as an adult. And I feel like there is a gentle way of working through this. And I think we're nailing it. I think we're doing a good job here. But this is actually you're helping me to speak to your consciousness in a way that is safe and secure to help you adopt the strength to be able to be proud of yourself, which is going to start to shift and move this. But we've got more work to do, okay? I mean, you need to really think about that statement. This is coming from somewhere. I mean, everybody has a unique creativeness and inner child style. And I'm getting the pleasure of getting to kind of intermingle with it with you. I enjoy it. Okay, so I'm going to continue forward. And I want to turn the light on here in the root, and my guides say not yet. And there's a me sort of at the standstill because I want to start working through these 3 representations. My guides shake their head, say not yet, because I'm going to project another version of my conscious into your solar plexus chakra, okay? And I'm also going to say, and go blow this hair out my nose. And I'm going to remove this diamondy blue energy, turns into a liquid, and it just runs out my nose. I don't know what this represents, what this stands for, other than this needs to, it's almost like it was too uptight. I was too pressed against a wall. I wasn't given the room to actually see. And so as this starts to relax and we feel safe, let's let this go too. Like, let's let this drain out. Okay, solar plexus. Weird. My head is straight in, like if you shoot an arrow at a bullseye, you know, it's like I am bullseyed into your solar plexus and I'm the arrow and my body's sticking straight out of it. Like my head is the arrow point and I'm stuck. I can't go in, and your solar plexus is a bluish color. And there is a strange man that is walking out of your solar plexus, and he makes sounds that are like vrooming noises, but they're perfect exhale, like accelerating and decelerating sounds. And it almost sounds, it's like a fan, also a really loud fan, but it's like he makes these like zooming noises that are like this. Okay. And he's dressed really fancy, like in a super awesome tuxedo. I mean, he's straight up like a top-notch guy. He's ritzy. He's flashy. He's successful, wealthy, good-looking, sharply dressed. And I'm wondering what this... Everything's so quiet now. All the vrooming noises and zooms noises are softening here. And even this, myself as an arrow now, is relaxing, and I'm standing outside your solar plexus, and he's got a like walkie-talkie, and it's almost like I'm not allowed into this VIP club. I'm not good enough for this VIP club. I'm not their kind of people. And your emotional body is like this VIP club I can't get into. This is the coolest thing ever. I'm gonna get tossed out by your bouncers. Literally, your ego's all over this. I'm stopping time. That's gonna freak all this out. Because they're not gonna have any power or control. But the inner child creative you, in the fantasies, creates suddenly a road that I have to cross in order to get in there, and there's cars and trucks that are constantly going in it's always so busy I'll never be able to cross the street. So that's telling me that the inspiration of your, just as you called it, man, your inspiration of your sacral chakra and your root is in your emotional gut. They're all an interconnected, bonded buddy club here. And they're sending the signals to solar plexus to not let me in. I tell you, I love that you just did that. I mean, that shows how the power of yourself. That shows how actually you're involved in the session. That shows that you are aware of me and able to interact with me even in the session. That says something, okay? Because not everybody does that. And you created an effective maneuver. But then I can just stop time, and now I can pull you out of thin air, the one that created this, and so I can talk to you about it. Oh man, you're like a wet cat. You're freaking out, and I'm trying to hold you still, and you're squirming and slurming and trying to get out of my grip. And you are freaking out. This is kind of surprises me, but I had to break your backbone. I literally pushed in and you snapped in two pieces, and now you're just lifeless on the ground. And I literally take all of this and I stuff it into a bottle, and I toss the bottle away. And I march over there and I say, enough is enough. This will never stop, by the way. I tell this guy at the door, I say, all of this is not going to stop until you choose to let me in and let someone in to help you. You choose to change, and you choose to make some statements to empower yourself by loving yourself. You have to. There's a lot of, this is a vulnerable place. There's a lot of, I want to say that black cat could be representative of not necessarily your conscious, but something you absorbed into you over time. Oftentimes shadowy energies like this, or black cats like this, can represent chaos energy that you could have absorbed somewhere along the way and then blended it with your own identity, not realizing that it wasn't you to begin with. And that's why just breaking its back, it wasn't real. It was literally the thing that's not helping you to heal. Can I actually break its back? I'm talking about energy here. This is your ugliest place. This is your ugliness is here. And there's a big fat, I really want to see this so bad. I'm like, yes, I'm in this crazy zoo. I'm like so interested in seeing this like ugliness. I find it so fascinating. It's like a big fat caterpillar, like, who are you? Like Alice in Wonderland style. Like it's a big fat blue caterpillar. And its butt is hanging out the door. And its body is so fat and bulbous that nobody can come in here. And I'm like, I am at this at a really awesome zoo, and I really want to see this thing here. It's like a circus zoo. I really want to blow my mind here by looking at this. This is going to be so interesting. No, it's not as exciting as I thought. It just starts to it's almost like something that had the potential to attract money becomes like, really? I paid good money to see this? Are you serious? I am out. I can't even sit through the whole show. It's that bad. Sorry. I was pretty excited. Energetically, everything was saying this is the hot spot. This is where it's at. No longer the VIP club, but a weird freaking fat caterpillar is up in here. I want to see this. Oh, I paid good money to come in here and see this fat caterpillar, and it was literally this lame. Oh my God. So there we go. We're still learning about your solar plexus chakra. You know, I am so proud of you, by the way, for having the courage to book a session with me, to have the courage to share, to help others. And you're sharing yourself. And I am telling you, your energy field is so vulnerable at exposing these things. This has to be so hard for you, which is amazing because you're getting an A+ in your class today. If your life lessons are, it's to take the test, you're taking the test right now and you're excelling in it because you're conquering yourself here. You're putting yourself out there, and that exposure is, you're going to reap reward for this. You will reap reward for this. Okay. It's a disappointment. This fat caterpillar is not as big of a deal as it was saying or expressing. It's actually really not that big of a deal. I don't know why. I'm just so disappointed. I'm just so disappointed here. And it's weird. It's on the level of I'm becoming so disappointed. My God, you know, with the hair and the sniff and this, and is giving me a headache. The way that the energy is going so high up there and now it is going down, it is plummeting so bad that it is going in the opposite direction. It is giving a tremendous, like, my head feels like it's breaking and I can feel pain here, okay? That's third eye. That's ego in there. Your ego is totally embarrassed. Your ego is totally trying to keep everything, you know, copeable. This is too much exposure. This is ugly. This is the worst. This is the biggest letdown. That this is me. It's giving me a headache. I'm just going to keep emanating how disappointed I am to the point that I feel like violent. That's how sour the energy is going. That's how south it's going. Like, it went from the coolest thing ever. Oh, there's my head is hurting again as I'm going there. The coolest thing ever is so horrible and so bad and so disappointing that I feel violent about it. Like, I want to break things. I have a scythe and I just start hacking this caterpillar into pieces. And I say to the caterpillar, how stupid, how fat and ugly and dumb. It's a disappointment. You should be dead. I'm just going on and on. I'm telling the bouncers and everything, not just to get rid of it, but to seriously get rid of it. Get rid of it and make it pay for its just the greatest disappointment of all time. And it's going to pay for being so disappointing. It's going to pay the hard way. Because we're going to beat it, we're going to kick it, we're going to rip its intestines out of its very mouth, we're going to cut out its brain, and we're going to do terrible things to it. All the bouncers and the doormen are kind of paused out, like they don't know what to do. And the me that's in here is pointing outside, and I'm saying there's someone out there that can help you, but you need to choose to let that person in. And they're freaking out. They're starting to be unpaused and they're scrambling like, no, 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 no. Don't let that person in. I say all you have to do is make the choice, because what we're standing in right here is suffering. And when you hit rock bottom suffering, it's almost like you can't go any lower. So why not just see what this person can do? And it's some aspect of me that's standing outside waiting to come in. That cat thing disappeared a long time ago, along with the roads and everything else, which means we're helping to set you free from intermingling with chaos energy. You don't need that. You don't need to have that relationship when it comes to this challenge. That's also a huge step forward. They all turn to a liquid and they smell like poop. They stink like an outhouse at like a rave with 50,000 people, and there's only one toilet that everybody has to use. That's how bad they stink. They smell that bad, like the worst smelling outhouse of all time. And the caterpillar's trying to get squishy, and it's kind of like it's dying, but it's still there. It still has some life left to it. I'm going to have to go in. I don't want it. I want some part of you to say, yes, I want you to come in. But my guides say it's okay to just go in, and we're going to get through this, okay? I want to get your ego. I want to work on your ego as well. Yeah, because once I walk in here, everything starts to smell like poop. Smells like an outhouse in here. And I hear wood slapping. Like wood blocks. I don't know, they're flapping together. It could be like an instrument piece, but there's so many, and they're all like they have a ribbon tied, and so they kind of make these slapping noises. And so there's just wood slapping in here. And janitors are wanted. Like, we need people to help clean this mess up. It's an empty VIP club with people that turn to liquid poop, slapping wood in here, and a blue caterpillar that's, I can walk all over it, and it's like a squishy, gross rug that nobody's cleaned in too many years, and who knows what gross stuff has fallen on it, and I would never step on that with my bare feet, let alone even my shoes. And there's a something on the inside of it that is like a white substance that's just almost like snot that's trying to come out the nose of this caterpillar. I say, you know what? Again, you deserve a high five, because we are going into the depths of this shame, man. I'm impressed. It takes so much courage to be able to do this. You are going to reap so much reward from this. You have no idea. It's going to be more reward than you can even imagine. You just want to hide, and you're shivering, and you're cold, and you're embarrassed, and you're ashamed, and you're ugly, and I can't help you feel warm. no matter how many warm blankets I pull out of the dryer and wrap them around you, no matter how many hot tubs I put you in or hot showers, like you just always this cold, gooey substance that's shivering in a corner. Because you're going to have to find the warmth and radiate that true warmth from inside yourself. Okay, this is good. Oh, you don't even know what's happened next. We're finally reaching a real monster. And it's ripping everything. It's just like this, like WWF psycho wrestler dragon anomaly thing. I mean, it's screaming like it's going to take you down. It's going to rip you in two pieces. And it's a big, incredible dragon, and all of its scales are made out of spikes. So it is like a sharpened pencil anywhere you touch it. And it's got teeth that are like sharpened pencils, and there's like 1,000 and they're long and the mouth is huge and it's like, and it's ripping everything apart. I say, wow, this is a good show. This is worth it. Like I'm this person that spent the money and I decided to stay and I got to witness this. I'm like, okay, this is getting more interesting. There's lots of weird of this thing. Has children, and it's like a black womb. It's a womb in the dark, and it's a mother dragon that's really sharp. Don't want to touch that. And there's lots of babies in here too. And they're in a small space, and they're really pissed off. This mother's really pissed off. And really, actually, what she's saying in that roar scream is, it's like people... Let's say you live in an apartment building and you've got kids running back and forth down the hallway. It's freaking 11 o'clock at night. I'm trying to sleep. I have to get up in the morning. Who lets their kids run in the flipping hallway at this hour? Whose kids are jumping upstairs, up and down with the TV on full blast? I can flipping hear you people everywhere. And this mother like, shut up. This is too much sound, apparently. It's making it hard for her to sleep with her babies, I guess. That's not what I expected the meaning behind the roar to be. This is your heart, actually. This is coming from your heart space. She is fed up. She is tired of it. She can't take it anymore. She's been patient and quiet for long enough. She is not going to tolerate it anymore. She is like roaring. And again, it's like a kid that the unexpected person comes out the door and it suddenly catches you and is giving you a serious talking to, and you're just simply terrified because you were just having fun, and then suddenly you're getting a talking to and you don't know what to make of it, and you're freaked out and you just want to run away, and this is what's happening. I'm like, oh, somebody came out and yelled at me. Heart is still... Okay, so this is the weirdest thing, but this female dragon, it's like an internal fart, and that puts so much pressure on these scales that all these sharpened pencils go in every direction. And there's so many of these. I mean, I wouldn't even know how to count how many. Let's say 500,000. Like scales with sharpened pencils in every direction. She just exploded, and sharpened pencils went everywhere. Even seems like these babies weren't alive. They had died somewhere along the way. She's tired of being stuffed into a pocket. She's actually phenomenal looking. It's like all this built up like barnacles on the bottom of a ship. It's like all these sharpened pencils just started to grow into her scales. But by her expressing her anger and her exhaustion and her being fed up, she's actually blasting off these growths that are hiding her true beauty. And she's like made out of gemstones. She's dazzling. Because I see the babies disappear with the darkness, and she's just standing before me. And she's got a really hot, fiery breath, okay? Just like a dragon. She's going swooshing it into the emotional gut, the sacral chakra, and the root. She doesn't look up, but she does go down, okay? And I start to smell fire in this emotional gut, and everything is ablaze. And I start to smell fire too in this space. But with the women, and then the root chakra, but there's something unresolved still. We've got to figure out a way to bring this all into balance. I'm going to ask my intuition, what do I do to bring this all into balance, including with ego? My intuition sees you and you're lying on the ground, and I don't know why there's a big boot on top of you, but there is. And this boot pushes down on your chest, and out pops your heart chakra, your emotional, your solar plexus chakra, sacral chakra, root chakra. They all pop out like little orbs, and they're just rolling on the ground. And then you have these like massive orifices, okay? 4 orifices that you're just made out of nothing down there. It's all squishy material. And I feel the energy of this voice. It's like my higher self, your higher self. It's like the high vibrational voice that says, you must choose to be proud of who you are. What does it mean to be proud of who you are? In the depths of what it means, to be proud of who you are with your ego means, I got this money, I got this car, I got this relationship is top notch, I got this house, like I'm proud of myself. That's kind of an ego sense of pride, right? But the heart sense of being proud of who you are understands that life isn't about materialism. It is, when it comes to living as a human being and living in society and learning about life here on earth. But the true heart of life and the true heart of living is not about what you have. It's about, as in material, it's about what you've learned, about what challenges you, what causes you to feel shamed and to turn away and to not want to heal and want to give up. But the fact is, you do want to heal this, and you don't want to feel these ways, because really you have a right to be proud of who you are. You can resurrect the moment that from the depths of your heart you choose to learn to be proud of yourself, not through ego's interpretation, which is the way society will look you up and down and say, yeah, you can't come into my VIP bar. You're not good looking enough. You don't have the money. We don't want you people in here. We only want these types. That's like ego. That's saying you're not worthy because you don't look good enough. That's really, that is the most flattest note that anybody could ever sing, and it's boring. That would be a very boring place to go into. And we found that because it was boring in there. I paid good money and it wasn't what I paid for. Until that dragon, that really excited things. I really liked that dragon. She really got my attention. It comes back to the classroom, and why did you come here? Did you come here so that you could go eye to eye with this superficial world of being good looking enough and going into the VIP bar? Or did you come here to be broken and shattered, to feel despair and hopelessness? That's the true meaning of life right there. That's the true meaning of life. And then to take pride in how you fell into this challenge and how you're working your way out, right? You can be proud of who you are. You can be proud of who you are. Basically, if I could give you any advice here, you will have to learn how to be proud of yourself in order to get to the next phase. And I feel like you're already getting there because you've exposed so much of yourself in this session alone that would have been really, really hard for you to do. And that takes real guts. It takes real guts and courage. You're not a coward. You can have pride in yourself because you're not a coward. You took real guts. You have courage. That helps you because you're not inflating with air. You're actually, these orifices of your chakras are actually repairing with a genuine love, a genuine spirit energy, genuine rehabilitation of your breath of life. Let me just bring your ego out here and let's just see, because you're able to stand and you don't have these gaping holes. You've been through a lot. You've been through a lot. Feel pretty tired from all of this. I say, ego, are you okay now with me? Because it was pretty vulnerable about me. But I'm not here to create harm. I'm here to reveal the harm that kind of built up in your relationship with yourself, okay? And that's a sensitive thing. That is ridiculously sensitive. Finally fall to your knees and start crying. And the dragon within your heart, this mother, she hears you. She sheds a tear that falls into your emotional gut, and it cleanses and heals. It's like neutralizing the fire. Because all of this it's like, it's time that we move forward now. And everything that was about those three girls and the demon card is all evaporating. It's all disappearing because we've pushed all that stuff out. Let's see what your root chakra looks like now. You want to look at something that's genuinely beautiful, and it's Mother Earth, basically. I see that woman's face, like the goddess woman, but then I see Mother Earth, who has no face. She's in the grass and the trees and the flowers and the birds and the bees, right? But there's something beautiful about, that's like true beauty. It's earthiness, it's genuine, it's natural beauty. The beauty of nature. I have a feeling that, I mean, this was our hardcore session. I have a feeling that you probably need to take a few naps because your whole body is weaving itself. It's rebuilding itself. And it's rebuilding itself with real, genuine love, self-love, feeling proud of yourself for being who you are and exploring these challenging life lessons and knowing that you're making incredible steps and you're overcoming this. And that you can love yourself every step of the way. Ego doesn't have to be the bad guy. Ego can be your friend too. Because at the heart of ego is just someone who's trying to keep you safe. But what is it that ego is afraid of? That's why you have to find a way to harmonize with that survival instinct. And be patient with it. Be patient with yourself. And keep working from your heart. Yeah. I see that you are moving through this. I see that you have some very interesting things to say about your experiences. And I see that talking about it can empower you. That was one of the first things that I ran into, is a quiet conversation about how you felt safe to work through this. Now you wanted to share about it. But now that we're at the end of this process, it's like for you to work on talking about your life and life experiences is you sharing from the teacher point of view to those who listened and are learning from you and what you've been through. And that's a great gift. That's a beautiful gift. And we can be grateful now for you, right? So thank you so much for this experience, for having the courage to share it, for having the courage to come to this planet and live a life here, right? Thank you everybody for watching. Thank you all for your kindness and your love and support of my clients and my YouTube channel. And I hope you all have a very wonderful rest of your day.